All right, I have a little short series that I want to do with you that deals with how to handle business overwhelm. Probably all of us at one time or another in our lives have just gotten ourselves to a situation where we just feel frankly overwhelmed by everything that's going on. And we feel pressed and pretty stressed about things. So what do you do when that happens when you're in business? I want to give you 3 tips that I think can help you, and I'll divide these into 3 different segments. The first one is pause more frequently. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, sometimes what happens when things come up, we feel really pressured to make a quick decision. Something needs to be done. We need to do something right now, and before long, before you know it, we can just make a decision, and we haven't really thought it through. And I encourage you, when you're under stress like that, don't make quick decisions that you haven't thought through, because usually they will not be the right decisions. Instead of that, think of it like a timeout in a football game. When the stress is on, basketball the same way, when the stress is on, the other team's pressing you, you're not exactly sure what to do. Sometimes the best thing a coach can do is just call a timeout. And by calling a timeout, what it does is it gives the coach a chance to kind of step back, evaluate what's going on, gather the data and the information he needs to make a good decision, and to call the right play. Same thing is needed in business, because if you just make a quick decision, usually it's not going to be the best decision or the right decision for you. And I just find that most business owners need to pause more frequently, because by pausing, what it does, it doesn't mean you postpone the decision or in the sense of don't make it, because you've got to make a decision, but it just gives you that breath. You kind of take a breath and you evaluate what's going on, you get clarity, you look at your variables, your options, and then you make a good solid decision. And I think if you do that, what happens is your overwhelm goes way down, and you feel confident about what you're doing and where you're going, and it's just a much better way to go. So tip number 1 is, when you're under stress and you feel overwhelmed, just take a pause, just take a time out, and sometimes that alone can help you gain the clarity you need to make a good decision for the future.